They said no. They said nine palm.
And we're live. What's up, everyone? I'm Michelle URL with Untwisting the Game Crypto. And this is our first live. And I got Creole off screen.
Creole here. What's up, everyone?
And so this is our first live. Let's put that out there. So we didn't do a tech run on this. We didn't rehearse this, nothing. So bear with us as we get through this. So what we're going to be talking about today is NFTs, a little bit about Nifty Gateway. I got some good stories for y'all. And also Creole is going to do some market analysis for us and cover some crypto news for the week. So a few other things. Subscribe. Let's get that out of the way.
Please do.
Like this video, share this video, comment, all that good stuff. Do all of that. And also, we have to say we're not financial advisors.
Not at all.
Right? We have to say that. Everything that we say in this video, you should do your own research on, period, point blank. We will always try to do our best to be accurate in what we say, but guess what? We're human beings. Sometimes we get it wrong. Sometimes we get it right. But it's up for you to confirm everything that we say. And really, going into NFTs, we're going to go ahead and get right into it.
Before we jump into that, we've got the Crypto Buds in the chat. Hi. And then also Crypto Joe, Dolphin Crew represent. What's up, Joe?
Yeah.
We're going to have to get you on one of these episodes one day soon to do one of your technical analysis.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you're here right now. We titled this video, our thumbnail is Reselling NFTs for Profit. Okay, so before we get into it, let me do another disclaimer. I've been in this space for a number of months. There are people who have been in this space for years. And there are people who do this 24/7 and they pay their bills off of reselling NFTs. I am not that person, but I have, but I have been able to resell my fair share of NFTs for profit. I've resold every single NFT that I've bought for profit except one, which we'll get to in a little bit. Okay, so
big gains.
Yeah.
Those Ethereum gas fees, though, ouch.
Well, yeah, we'll get there. Okay, so before we even get into this, I think one thing that you have to ask yourself before getting into this space is why you want to get into this space. Like, what purpose are you coming into this space? So, number one is really one of four things, and that's one, you're an artist and you want to sell your art. Self-explanatory. Two, you're here to buy art for pleasure. Now, let me explain what that means. If you're in the NFT space just because you think something is pretty, that is okay, right? But it's important that you go into it with that intention that you are buying for pleasure, right? Number three is maybe you're a collector and you want to invest in art. You want to invest in the NFTs that you're purchasing. Okay, that requires more, like strategy. You have to go into it with a strategy. You have to go into it with research, because that means that you plan to hold these NFTs for a particular amount of time, long term, to preserve one's wealth or to increase one's wealth, right? You view it as an appreciating asset. Number four, you're here to get in and get out with the bag. Okay, secure the bag. And so right now, I'm here for number four, right? So if you're trying to resell NFTs for profit, then you are number four, right? Because quick flips, okay? So I kind of bounce between 3 and 4. I started my kind of art collection journey, investing in art, about a year ago. So I'm still learning how to do that and do proper research, find these artists, follow these artists that I like. But again, you have to really go in with a strategy, with knowledge when you enter the art space in general, right?
And also, Shell, keep in mind that Michelle does have an artistic background, so she does have a natural eye for good pieces of art. Right.
And so I'm actually going to touch on that a little bit more. Y'all are going to learn a little bit about where I came from, but it's also important because I've had someone say, I bet you have a great eye for this. You would be good at finding these great NFTs. And so I think that's good to an extent, but you can go into this very logic based. Like, are these artists famous? Do they have celebrity? Are they in galleries? Are they in, so there's these things that we're going to touch on in a little bit where anyone can do this. Right? As long as you know how to research and you set rules for yourself, you can get in this space and resell NFTs, but more on that. So I'm going to go into my rules for flipping NFTs. And again, emphasis on my. These are the rules that I've set in place for myself over the few months, having made some bad moves, having made some good moves. This is the core that I use to find NFTs and resell them, okay? Number one, do research on the artists and their body of work. Number two, I only buy limited editions. Number three, I only buy art that I love or at minimum enjoy. So let's go back to one. You have to do research on the artist, period, point blank. If you are coming into this space just throwing money around here, there, and everywhere, it's not going to end well. So, for example, some things that I look at with artists, I'm looking at, have they been in galleries? Have they done showings at a museum? What's their body of work, their history of work? How long have they been an artist, right? What kind of Instagram following do they have? And by, let's say, active following that they have, right? How are the people following them engaging with the page? There's a number of things that you can look at in the artist, in the body of work. Are they a celebrity? Are they famous? You know, all those things really matter when choosing an artist and choosing what NFTs that you're going to purchase. Okay, so you have to do your research. Absolutely have to. Number two, I only buy limited editions. So Creole knows this because when I first got into this space, it was a little bit of a learning curve, but when I first got into this space, you could buy open editions and only like 125 open editions would be minted. Right?
Right.
If you try to do that now, especially on Nifty Gateway, let me be very specific in regards to Nifty Gateway. Open editions now, like 500 of them are being sold. There was one earlier this week, 4,000 open editions were sold. So for me, in order to play this game right of reselling them, I want, for me, a max 125 as far as an open edition. If it's a limited edition, usually the cap on that, as I've seen on Nifty Gateway, is usually 100 or less. It's really like 50, maybe something like that, right? But I don't even play with open editions anymore. It's not my game. Because here's what happens. Since this space has gotten so much hype around it, and it's honestly becoming saturated, there's so many buyers coming onto these platforms. If you go and try to buy an open edition and 500 of them sell, there's going to be a lot more competition in trying to resell that NFT. So here's a story for you. And this was months ago, right? This was maybe October of last year. I bought an NFT. It was an open edition, but only like 125 sold.
Right.
So what happens when I went into the marketplace, it was like I was going tit for tat with somebody. I would go down $10, and then this person would go down $10, and then I would go down $10, and then this person would go down $10, right? So if you're trying to do a 5x on an NFT, say you want to, say it's a $100 NFT, and you want to resell it at 500. If you have somebody coming in at 400, then the demand is going to be for that $400 piece, right? So you have to, again, just depending on how things pan out, you may have to come in at 390. Again, quick flip. And then that person may come down to 380. And then you have to go down to 370, right? So if you got 400 people doing that with a piece, that's just a game that you don't want to play. Number 3, buy art that I love or at minimum enjoy. So I have a story for you with this one. So I bought a piece. Again, this was last year. And I was like, I'm just going to flip it. I think this was like the second or third piece that I bought. And the first piece, it resold like instantly. Within a few hours, it resold, right? So here I am. I buy this NFT. Okay, the second, third NFT. And it didn't resell. It ended up reselling like 3 days later. But that entire time, again, kind of being new to the space, I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to get stuck with this piece and I don't even like this piece? Right? So from that point forward, I made it a rule for me that I at least have to enjoy the piece. I don't have to be, head over heels about it, but I at least have to enjoy it. But really, if you're following 1 and 2, then maybe number 3 doesn't even come into the equation, right? If you're doing 1 and 2 correctly. But again, for me personally, I have to at least like the piece for me to buy it.
And Shell, let me stop you right there. Let's go to the chat. We've got a question from Amber Dorset.
Okay.
Can I make my nudies into NFTs?
Yes.
Yes.
You can. And matter of fact, when I first got on OpenSea, again last year, people were selling nude clips. Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Yes.
And even recently in the news, Azealia Banks, the rapper, sold her first NFT sex tape, audio tape. So,
Right.
yes, anything physical, you all, can be digitized. So we're talking anything. I could turn my trash can into an NFT. And all an NFT is non-fungible token. That just means that this digital representation cannot be interchanged and it cannot be duplicated on the blockchain.
Right.
So you have to think of the NFT as the signature of the physical art or the physical representation of anything.
Right. And there are plenty of videos on YouTube that really break down what an NFT is. So if you don't know what that is, if you don't know the tech, if you don't know the language behind it, definitely go and do that research. And let me give you another example. Matter of fact, okay, hold on for a second. Marketplaces for reselling. Okay, so these are my top 3. There are many marketplaces that you can resell NFTs. You got Super Rare, there's Maker's Place, there's all these different platforms that you can go on to buy and sell NFTs. So for me, my number 1 is Nifty Gateway because that's just what I have the most experience with. Number 2 would be Rarible, and number 3, OpenSea. So just to kind of give y'all an idea of what I've been able to make, with Nifty Gateway, I think my highest resale was at a 10x. One of the easiest bags I've ever made. Period, point blank. But again, I had a strategy going into buying that piece, right? I knew the piece was by a well-known artist who has a lot of hype over them in the space. I looked at their resale, right? How those pieces have been able to resell. And so I knew I was going to resell the piece. Now, I waited 3 months before I resold that piece. But again, I resold it at a 10x. Rarible, I bought a piece on there. Again, this is probably my second best performing piece, but I actually haven't sold it yet. There's a bid on it right now through OpenSea, and it's at a 5x. It's about a 5x right now, but I'm not going to take it because I actually like the piece.
Because she's greedy.
Yeah, I'm not going to take the bid because I actually like this piece. I like the artist. I think his work is going to continue to appreciate, and I think I could get more for it. So it's worth it for me to skip out on the 5x to actually keep a piece that I like and maybe potentially sell it at a 10x later. But if I don't sell it, I'm totally fine with that because I actually like the piece. So story about Nifty Gateway. So let's talk about 3 and 1 here, and also about research. Okay. So the only piece that I have not resold, let's click over to this Nifty Gateway page. Okay, so this was recent. I think this was a couple weeks ago. Steve Aoki had an exhibition, and so this is just an example. Okay, this happened to me November of last year, I think. So basically, you see right here, it says $2,000 a pack. Okay. So at the time, a few months ago, when I didn't know any better, I thought that meant, see, you have all these works up here. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought, oh, I'm going to get all of these works for $2,000. Okay, it was a different price, okay, of course, back then. and I think it was maybe 7 works or something like that. And one of the works happened to be by an artist that I really like. Like I really love his work, and I still have yet to collect a piece of his work. So I was like, duh, this is a no-brainer. I'm gonna get all 7 of these pieces for this amount of money, right? $2,000 a pack is how I interpreted it. So I'm like, the pack is 7 works, so I'm gonna pay $2,000 for the entire pack of these works. When I tell y'all, I clicked on buy and I only got 1 work.
Ouch.
And that 1 work, you know, I don't like to talk mess or anything, but I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. It was the worst piece out of the bunch. And I have not been able to resell it. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm going to have to come up with a plan while we're in this hype phase of NFTs, because maybe I can. But out of all of those pieces, I got the 1 piece that I thought was trash. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. My opinion, subjective opinion. And every time I go into my Nifty Gateway account, I have to see that piece and be reminded of a bad decision, of poor research, of poor understanding, right? So again, if you're coming into this space, make sure you know what a pack is. Make sure you know that you could get any one of these pieces, and you may get the piece that you don't like, right? So be aware with that, and do your research. Make sure you're reading everything as you should before you press a buy button. Okay, let's go into final thoughts. Okay. Number 1, get your coins, artists, and students. Okay, when I first got into this space, y'all know who y'all are. I DM'd y'all. I posted on my Instagram stories. I'm like, hey, artists, hey, talented people that follow me. I even DM'd people and I was like, hey, talented person, hey, artists, are y'all paying attention to what's going on Super Rare? I specifically remember this. Y'all go and follow me on Instagram at michelle.url. Okay, I specifically posted this months ago. Y'all need to be paying attention to this space. Y'all, digital artists, filmmakers, whatever, get your bread. Yes, this space is super hype, and now's the time that you should have got in months ago, but this is the time to ride this waves. And for my students, what I would love to see, so let me go back a little bit. So I'm an art student, right? I went to an arts college. I majored in filmmaking, and I remember having conversations with my friends at our exhibitions, our end of year, end of semester exhibitions, and being like, wow, I wish we could sell our films and make a quick buck, right? Have some income. Because we would see our ceramic friends, we would see our sculpture friends, our painters, we would see our even people in photography selling their works and receiving something for what they've done. And I remember having those conversations like, I wish we could sell our films. I wish we could do this and that. Here it is. So if you're an art student right now, if you know someone who's an art student, get them in this space. You know what I would love to see, Creole?
What's that?
In April and May, I would love to read articles about art students incorporating this technology, being innovative, and using this technology in their end of year exhibitions. I would love to read articles like that going into April and May. I would love to go onto my college's website and see and read articles about our kids taking advantage of this technology. Okay, do it. Now is the time. Ride this wave. Number 2, the bubble. There's a lot of talk about this being a bubble, and I 100% agree. This space is starting to get ridiculous. It's just almost out of hand at this point. Now, I'm someone, I believe in BS art. I think that is a thing. Some people would disagree with me. I've had conversations where people have said, well, art is art and it's expression and this, that, and the other. No, there's 100% BS art. There's a lot of BS art out here. There's a lot of stuff selling for thousands of dollars that, in my opinion, is trash. And I think that this hype will 100% end. It's overhyped. But again, this isn't a new space, right? This space has been around for years, but it's new in the sense that so many people are becoming aware of it and utilizing these platforms and purchasing these NFTs. And like someone said, we're still in this price discovery mode. We're seeing different ways people are using this technology. And I think this space will 100% pop at some point, probably towards the end of this bull run, and it'll level out. So with that being said, if you're an artist, take advantage of this space now, today, tonight.
Yes. So, Shell, we've got 5 people watching live right now. If you have any questions regarding NFTs or anything regarding Ethereum, let us know in the chat. We're happy to answer any questions. Michelle's been in the space quite a lot longer than I have as far as NFTs, but I do have a couple questions for you, Michelle. You mentioned that you anticipate this NFT space being a bubble, and that's where I'm going to have to disagree with you. I step back and take a look at the entire landscape, okay? So when you're looking at the NFT, non-fungible token, and its protocol and what it's able to do, you have to look at the entire addressable market, right? So art is just the first iteration of what NFTs will be used for, but we can go beyond that. We can go to concert tickets will be NFTs. We can go to insurance policies will be NFTs. Even medical records. So we're just looking at one segment of the industry that NFTs can amplify and improve and make better using blockchain technology. And we're still at the beginning of this NFT as far as artistic. We're going to see Beyonce NFTs. We're going to see Bruno Mars NFTs. It's not going to stop right here. I'm interested to see how long the interest will be in NFTs in correlation to how long the bull market will be. That'll be the true test for me. So I guess my question for you is, what do you see the future of NFTs as far as just in the art space itself? I know right now we're just transacting value of perceived art, but do you see it being used in any other way in the artistic space?
100%. And all of what you said, I'm glad that you said that, because when I say this is a bubble, I'm specifically talking about this art bubble, this art NFT space that we're in right now. 100%, there's a lot of ridiculous stuff selling for a ridiculous amount of money. That's me personally. Okay, I could be 100% wrong. And I 100% believe that NFTs aren't going anywhere. Art NFTs, they aren't going anywhere. I just think that the space is significantly overhyped right now. And I think there's a lot of people coming into this space and not really knowing what they're getting into. Right. So, for example, if you're an artist, 100% get into this space, like today. Okay. But if you're someone coming in here with the intention of investing or the intention of reselling, that's where, if you don't feel 100% confident coming into the space, you might as well just invest your money in Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like, don't even take the risk. Put it in Bitcoin, put it in ADA. You know what I'm saying? And so to answer your question, NFTs aren't going anywhere. Art NFTs aren't going anywhere. And I see this being more widely used in the art world in general, right? And really just the whole technology of being able to verify on the blockchain, that's inevitable in the art space.
Right.
I mean, all you got to do is go onto Netflix and watch Made You Look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how that's going to come to be, when that's going to happen, I have no idea. But the art world in general, I believe, will gravitate towards this technology and utilize this technology.
I definitely agree with that. And I'm showing now we've got 6 people watching, 4 likes. We really appreciate the love. Again, this is our first live stream, so bear with us. We're new to YouTube. Michelle's been doing YouTube for some time, but we've been in the space for some time, so we have a lot of knowledge and a lot of tips that we can share with you. So please push that like button and share this. Because this is really good information, especially for beginners entering the space. You have to be knowledgeable. One click could be disastrous to your portfolio. So
Facts.
Learning from more experienced people will save you time and money in the long run. And just one more question for you, Michelle, while we're on NFTs. You know, I've been seeing a lot of FUD. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt online regarding NFTs being a bubble, and why is someone paying $69 million for Beeple's NFT? Wow, amazing.
Right.
When I can just copy and paste it. And my response to that is, you can copy anything. Recently, there was a baseball card Mickey Mantle sold for, what was it, $5 million, you know, a piece of cardboard. I could FedEx copy that, but my copy won't be worth $5 million. Why? Because it's not the original.
Period.
And NFTs on the blockchain prove you have the original. So it saves your store of value in this piece of art, in this airplane ticket, in this concert ticket, in this insurance policy. Whatever the NFT will be, you know that you own it, and it's on the blockchain, and it's immutable, and it can't be changed.
Yeah.
And we even look at physical art right now. You know, physical art year over year is $200 billion industry. You know, 1% of that are fakes.
Yeah.
So if we move physical scarcity, physical art, physical value to a digital blockchain, we can prove without a shadow of a doubt who owns that piece of art. So this is revolutionary technology.
Right.
This isn't going to be the last time that you're going to hear NFTs. It's just the first use, but keep in mind, you want to dig deep in now. You want to understand the technology, so you can make appropriate decisions when investing your money. And that's what we're here trying to do for you.
Right. Couldn't have said it better myself. And just the last thing I'll touch on before we switch over to Creole. If you're in this game to resell NFTs for profit, get in, get out. That's how I see it right now. You know, investing is a total different, investing for long term is a total different ball game. But if you're here to buy and resell for profit, do it as quickly as you can. Do it with a strategy, with research behind it, with confidence behind it. If you can't do that, then don't even try. Put your money in Bitcoin or something else. And that's it for me. We're gonna switch over to Creole for our news.
Did it switch here?
Yeah, hold on one second.
And again, thank you for those who have joined listening in live. The love is much appreciated. Be sure to save this video and come back to it, because in the comments we're going to be listing some resources and references and more educational links for you so you can really get down to the nitty-gritty and understanding this technology. I'm going to switch over here. Okay. We are still live. This is Creole. I am at Creole Crypto on Twitter. Feel free to follow me. I'm really not too active on social media. I do have a life outside of the internet, but I spend a lot of time jumping into and trying to understand the crypto markets. Michelle asked me to come on today on this live just to give you an overview of the cryptocurrency top 10 and how we view the market as it is right now, because you always want to stay in front of the market. You don't want to be reactionary. You want to see where the market is moving so you can invest appropriately. So let's take a look in here. The top 10. This is going to show you, okay, so I'm on CoinGecko.com right now. I highly suggest this website. You can also sign in, log in, and create your own account and follow your portfolio. But this will give you an overview of the entire crypto market. And it's really important to understand the crypto market so you know where to invest, okay? You don't want to get emotional with your coins, okay? You don't want to become a maximalist. What you want to do is listen to the market. You want to see where the money is flowing. So let's take a look here. And let me zoom this up a little bit. Again, this is our first live stream, so bear with us.
And we have a question.
Okay.
Anthony asks, what are your feelings on NBA TopShot? So for those who aren't familiar with this, I believe this is the replays, the NBA moments that they are being sold as NFTs. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm going to keep it real with y'all, and this is my personal opinion. I think it's stupid. But people are making a lot of money on it. But the concept, again, for me, of reselling something that can, and I hate to sound like one of those people, right? But the concept for me of reselling something that you can look up on YouTube and view again if you want, and I feel like I'm contradicting myself in saying this, but I don't know. I don't get it. But people are making a lot of money from it. And you know, I'm gonna have to play the devil's advocate again here, Michelle. I know.
You know, I love NBA TopShot. I think it's great for the league, it's great for the players, and it's great for fans. And again, you know, you can copy anything physically or digitally. Right. The thing here is the ownership. So what I envision in the future is, okay, I spent $2,000 on, I don't know, a Kobe Bryant dunk. It's more than that now, trust me. But that means I own that clip.
Right.
That means if you want to play my clip in a movie, if you want to play my clip in a documentary, show me my money. I own this clip. And so we're going to see this spread out to more than just the NBA. There's going to be an NFL highlight NFT. An NHL highlight NFT. Imagine how much a Wayne Gretzky goal is going to be worth as an NFT. So what we're going to see, these corporations, the NBA, NFL, NHL, NCAA, what do they only care about? They only care about the money, right? So if they can take their film, cut it into short clips, make it into an NFT, and sell it for $30,000, they're gonna do it, okay? And the beautiful thing about the blockchain and how we can follow the chain of custody, each time that these films are sold to the next person, you better believe the NBA is gonna get a cut. That's the future we're gonna be moving into, okay? Digital data, digital film is going to be worth so much money in the future. So,
Right.
you know, me personally, I'm not investing in NFTs right now. I'm not. Just because I think it's super early in the space, and I'm going to wait until, you know, your Rembrandts are NFTs, your Picassos are NFTs. You know, the space is going to grow exponentially. So I'm just waiting to see how it pans out for me personally right now. But it's definitely going to be the future. It's not going anywhere.
And let me add to that real quick. Again, Gary Vee talks about this a lot. I understand what it means to have full ownership and have it verifiable on the blockchain. That's priceless, right? But for me, like, I'm the type of person, I never understood Pokemon cards, right? But I understand that is a thing for people, right? It doesn't make sense to me, though. And that's not shade or anything. It just literally, I just don't understand that space because I've never been in it. And I think the same thing goes with, I personally don't understand the hype around having an NBA moment. But I'm sure if you're like a diehard, XYZ fan of this person, that person, this team, then yes, maybe that's priceless to you. So just to clear that up.
Okay. If we don't have any more questions in the chat, we're going to move on to our market cap analysis here as we close week 2 of March. Wow. Q1 is almost over, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at the market. Right here, if you can see my screen, I'm on CoinGecko.com. All things market cap and crypto related. Let's look at the total market cap of all cryptocurrency right now. A staggering $1.86 trillion. Let's put that in perspective. Right now, Facebook closed Friday, $764 billion. Tesla at $1.6 trillion. Google at $1.4 trillion. Gold around $11 trillion. We really don't know because we really don't know how much gold is out there. That's why Bitcoin is superior, but that's another case. The New York Stock Exchange closed at $24.5 trillion. Apple at $2 trillion. Amazon at $1.6 trillion. So when my friends and people who know I've been in the space a long time consistently ask me, am I too late? Am I too late to buying Bitcoin? Am I too late to buying cryptocurrency? The answer is no. Because even though it's a $1.8 trillion market cap, you have to look at the addressable market for cryptocurrency. What is cryptocurrency's addressable market? All of the money in the world. So we're talking about $160 trillion just in equities, global equities and bonds, more in derivatives. This thing can literally go to the moon. But let's look at Bitcoin here. Number one, as always, its dominance is 60.5%. That shows me it's still a little more room for altcoins to move, but that's a good number, steady number there. The price right now is $60,578. This weekend, Bitcoin did hit all-time high, approaching $62,000. So the bulls are in full control. And we're seeing that as we close out this weekly candle above 60,000. Number 2 here, market cap Ethereum, $217 billion. The first of the second generation cryptocurrencies launched in 2015. It's all about smart contracts and DeFi right now. How do we know? Let's look at the top 10. Ethereum, Binance Coin, Polkadot, Cardano, Uniswap, all DeFi-heavy smart contract projects. So, if I am a new investor, I'm looking at this top 10. The market is telling me the money is flowing into projects with decentralized finance protocols. That's where the institutional money is going to flow, okay? Binance Coin coming in at number 3. And I love to see this battle between smart contract chains. Binance has once again captured the number 3 Number 3 market cap right here at $2.8 billion. And BNB is the native coin to Binance Chain. Binance is the largest exchange in the world. So this BNB coin is used to lower trading fees on the platform. It's used for token sales, and it's also used by the Binance decentralized exchange, which I'll kind of go into that in a previous or a new episode in the future here. Number 4 is Tether. Okay, $89 billion market cap here. I see a lot of people kind of skip over Tether and not pay a lot of attention to Tether, but you have to look at what the market is telling you. So let's look here. Tether is an ERC20 stablecoin that's run on the Ethereum blockchain, but it's the number 1 stablecoin in the world. And if you just compare the 24-hour daily volume between Tether and Bitcoin, look, Tether is almost double Bitcoin's trading volume. So what does that tell me? That tells me that this next week should be really bullish. It's a lot of activity flowing in and out of Tether. Number 5, Polkadot, $1.048 billion market cap. The price is $37 right now. Michelle and I got in this project very early, around $2-3 range. We knew this was going to be a big project, and it has performed wildly this year. So DOT was founded by the Web3 Foundation and also Dr. Gavin Woods, who was also a co-founder of Ethereum. The thing with DOT and what kind of sets itself apart from other blockchains in the top 10 is its use of the Parachain. What it is doing is creating parallel blockchains that connects to a relay chain or main chain. So they're solving not just interoperability, but also scalability in the blockchain space. And there's a lot of interesting and intriguing projects built on the Polkadot and around Polkadot right now. And we'll go over that in future episodes. But keep an eye on Polkadot. It's going to be a major chain in the future for corporations. Number 6 here, Cardano, ADA. $1.08 closed at the weekly candle, $3.8 billion market cap. We see, I'm sorry here, I'm telling you the wrong market cap. DOT was actually 36 billion, Cardano at 34 billion. And you see Cardano, Polkadot, and Binance Chain flip each other quite a bit. It's all because of the DeFinance and the smart chain. That's where the money is pouring into. XRP, number 7. XRP. XRP. I don't know what to say here. I don't want to hurt too many feelings out there. But you have to listen to the market.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Michelle, the day that the SEC announced Ripple announced their SEC lawsuit, I sold half of my XRP. Why? Because I understand the market. Why?
Right.
Because this bull cycle is all about institutional money. Institutional money is not going to flow into a project that's being sued by the SEC, point blank, period. Now, there has been some news we'll go over in the future that may resolve the issue quicker than anticipated. But we're in a bull market, okay? You can throw a dart at any one of these coins and your portfolio is going to increase 5-10x, okay? I understand the XRP army out there. You want to hold your XRP. But why are you buying more XRP right now? I don't know. You know, to each his own. There's just so many other projects out there to make money.
Right.
Make your money and then flow it back into XRP when all this fiasco is done.
Yeah, and I have something on that.
Sure.
Because you and I, we actually kind of went back and forth on that when all of that news first came out.
Right.
I originally was going to hold my XRP. And to this day, I still believe that XRP is going to come out stronger at the end of this. But what I had to realize is that I had to realize my goals. Okay? And I had to come to the conclusion that I was not willing to even take a chance on missing out on other gains putting that XRP into something else just because I like the project, or I think that it's going to go up, right?
Right.
For me, I had to remember my goals, remember my plans, and for me, it wasn't worth the risk of missing out on this bull run, right? So
Right.
I sold a good portion of my XRP that I had been accumulating over years, and it sucked. Like it sucked, but I still had to make that non-emotional decision to protect my goals and protect, the money I had invested. So I still think it's going to come out on top, though, but we'll see.
We will see. And I will tell you one thing about XRP, and I have to give it to the Ripple army. It's fast. I can transact an XRP, and I swear it's at its destination before I hit the send button. And it's cheap also. So it is a great global cross-border payment solution, but don't miss out on the bull run being emotional. Just don't do it. It's too many great projects out right now. Example number 8,
Right.
Uniswap. Uniswap is an Ethereum-based protocol that allows decentralized token swaps for ERC20. Anytime you hear ERC20, that's a token or a coin that is run on the Ethereum blockchain. So this Uniswap is just a decentralized exchange that you can use to swap ERC20 tokens. Right now, it's coming in at $16 billion, landing at number 8. And Uniswap is the first decentralized exchange in the top 10. Number 9, Litecoin, Bitcoin's little brother here. I used to own a lot of Litecoin during the last bull run, and it's always going to go up. But again, it's up 20% the past 7 days, so that's good. But there's still a lot more other projects out right now that I feel like would have higher potential for gains. But it's a good, solid project that I'm not mad at you if you keep buying Litecoin. Number 10 here, Chainlink is an ERC20 oracle. So basically what an oracle is, it's a service that provides external data to smart contracts. So it's pulling in external data to the blockchain. So we think about, the score to the basketball game, the score to the football game, insurance policies, and any outside data. Chainlink is solving that as far as pulling it into different blockchains here. So with that little overview, we'll kind of step back and just look. Bitcoin is looking healthy. We closed above 60,000. That tells me we're going to be bullish next week and into the next month. Tether, $90 billion worth of exchange in the past 24 hours, leading into the next week. So these are all bullish indicators. DeFi, NFTs are hot right now. So if you're looking for some small cap coins, let's try to focus on the DeFi projects or projects that will be enhancing the NFT protocols. So with that, I'm just going to go into a couple clips of news. I'm going to make it quick here. We've really gone over. But let's just look at some news here. Bitcoin breaks 60,000. This was released on March 13th. $500 million worth of shorts liquidated in hours. If you're in our Discord group, I say this all the time. Never short Bitcoin in a bull market because it moves too fast. In the past 8 days, it increased $15,000. It moves too fast. Yes, it'll accumulate. Yes, it'll come back down. But it's always going to shoot up very quickly in a bull market. And again, these news articles I go through, I'm going to put down in the description of the video so you can review at your leisure. But it's just a lot of charts and graphs here showing people getting wrecked or liquidated, shorting Bitcoin in a bull market. Not smart.
Yeah, don't do it.
It's a losing game.
Hold.
Just hold it. Next article here from the Daily Hodl. On-chain analysis, Willy Woo updates Bitcoin outlook, says 35% of available BTC supply bought in the last 3 months. Let that sink in. 35% of the available Bitcoin supply was bought in the previous 3 months. And then when we look at other news of institutions getting in the money, trying to figure out how to gain exposure to Bitcoin, you see where this is going. So when people ask me, should I buy Bitcoin now? Is it too late? Always buy Bitcoin.
Right.
Dollar cost average, $20 a week, $5 a week, $100 a week. Always buy Bitcoin because this supply is going to dry up, especially when you have big institutions. Goldman Sachs just released an article saying they're going to have more exposure to Bitcoin. They're not buying $20,000, $100,000 at a time. They're buying tens, hundreds of millions. In the case of Tesla, $1 billion worth of Bitcoin at the time. Okay, and they're not going to sell anytime soon. They're buying this Bitcoin and they're taking it off the exchanges. So there is going to be a supply shortage this year. And buckle up, because people who laugh at me when I say there's going to be a 6-figure Bitcoin this year, you just wait until you go to Coinbase and there's no freaking supply left.
Mm-hmm. And let me say something on that note as far as dollar cost averaging and, holding Bitcoin. I buy Bitcoin every single week. It's on auto. Every single week I buy Bitcoin. I don't care what price it is. I don't care if it's in red. I don't care if it's in green. Every week I'm buying Bitcoin.
Right.
It's on auto. I don't even think about it. And the thing about it is Creole and I, we're holding until we can buy like a multifamily property with the Bitcoin that we have, right? So we're holding for the long term. We're holding till we're in the upper, 6 figures. So,
right.
It's not too late at all to, start your investing journey.
That's right. Moving on to the next piece of news here. This is important, ladies and gentlemen. IRS is raising the stakes on crypto with Operation Hidden Treasure here. In the past bull runs, I've had friends kind of take their profits in anything less than $10,000 so they wouldn't have to report it to the IRS. But with this new initiative by the IRS, they're going to be looking at everything. And I can't say this enough, but pay your taxes. I have been audited before. They look at everything, no stone left uncovered. And if you mess around and get one of these crypto auditors, they're going to know how to go to the Ether scan. They're going to know how to go to the blockchain and look at what types of transactions you've had, even on your ledger, okay? So don't play around. It's not worth it. If you're in the United States, you're just going to have to pay the taxes. So anytime I take money out or take profits, I at least hold 25%, put it in a stable coin, and just wait until tax season from those profits. Because, and the thing here, let me try to find this part. But
and while you find that, let me say something on that.
Yeah.
If you're expecting to make a lot of money in this bull run, and I know that can mean different things to different people, but if you have any sort of hesitation or anxiety around your crypto taxes, talk with a tax professional. Talk with a tax professional who has a history in the crypto space. If you schedule just an hour to get that knowledge, if you pay for an hour consultation, that's going to give you so much more peace as you move into tax season and you get ready to take profits. Because I know that Creole and I, we have a lot more peace after we've talked with tax professionals.
Right. And, you just don't want to go up against the government. Ask Ripple, they just have so many resources, and they've got the time. They've got the time to dig, and it's just not worth it. So let's just be careful when paying taxes this season. Let's go to the next piece of news here. Goldman Sachs senior exec on huge institutional demand for Bitcoin. Now, We just read an article saying that 35% of the supply, Bitcoin supply, has been bought up in the past 3 months. And Goldman Sachs is telling you, I've got hedge funds, I've got macro funds, I've got asset managers, all asking me, how can I get my hands on Bitcoin? I mean, what other information do you need to take this asset class seriously? These are the same guys, 2-3 years ago, right after the last bull run, that said Bitcoin is a scam.
Yeah, they held funerals for Bitcoin.
And this is you're gonna see this happen over and over. More and more people saying, I want exposure to Bitcoin because it's a hedge against inflation. That's a whole nother story. Let's move into some Ethereum news here. Some good Ethereum news. Ethereum 2.0 deposits hits an all-time high of $6.5 billion. This is good news for Ethereum. They've had a lot of issues back and forth, some inefficiencies with their gas fees. So any good news in the media is good for Ethereum. And, I go back and forth with some of my friends who are Ethereum maximalists. And I won't go there. But, again, we'll have this link in the description below so you can peruse it at your own leisure here. More Ethereum news. This one not so good. Ethereum's EIP 1559 is causing major commotion for this reason. So this is an Ethereum improvement protocol number 1559. Basically what this protocol is going to do is standardize the gas fees. I'll let you read into it and do your own research. For me, it's like putting a Band-Aid on a larger issue, and it's caused some other issues, especially with miners. But you can read this at your own leisure. Again, you always want to be aware of the FUD because it could have an effect on price. So I'm not saying believe everything you read, but just be aware what's out there. This has become an issue with the miners.
And let me add one
Sure.
resource for everyone. Hashoshi on YouTube, he has a couple videos on this subject. Go and watch them. He does a really good job of breaking down what that is. What is it again? The what?
The EIP 1559 is
Yeah.
an Ethereum improvement protocol. Again, this is why governance matters. I won't go into the back and forth right now, but Ethereum is the #1 smart contract platform for now. But we'll see what the future has in hold. Again, another article here, Ethereum miners protesting EIP 1559 has accelerated upgrade to Ethereum 2.0.
We'll see.
I'm glad they decided to accelerate Ethereum 2.0 that we've been waiting on since 2016.
We'll see. And you know what? Let's just say this real quick. We do hold Ethereum.
Yes.
Let's just say that, but we do think that its time is coming, and maybe not in the best of ways. So
yeah, and again, do your own research. This is just our opinions. Again, we've been in the space for quite some time, so we've seen the internal battles, the struggles, the delays. Our opinions are based on our past experiences here. But definitely click on this article, take a look. It's got some good resources here. But, my Ethereum maximalists say this isn't an issue. But if you don't have your miners on your side, that's an issue. So we'll see what happens with this protocol here. Let's move into the Tether news. Again, coin market cap number 4 here. Tether launches on proof of stake blockchain Solana. Solana is another competitor for Ethereum. It's another blockchain. With this integration, now Tether is able to handle up to 50,000 transactions per second with a fee of about 0.00001 cent per transaction. Fees matter, okay? Because the new people coming into the space, they're not going to want to pay absorbent fees to make a transaction. So fees do matter. I'm glad to see Tether expanding out. There's a lot of Tether FUD out there as far as them minting and printing Tether notes. But again, that's for another episode. But keep that in mind. Now Tether is on 8 different blockchains. So it is the largest stablecoin, and money moves in and out of Tether. Binance news. Binance faces CFTC probe over U.S. customers trading derivatives. This is interesting. Anytime the U.S. government goes after a project, we tend to see a dip in price, but we haven't seen that with Binance. It could be for multiple reasons. The CEO says that this probe really has no teeth. Be sure to click on this article to learn more about the probe into Binance. Okay, moving into the Polkadot news here. Parity Technologies proposes first common good parachain for Polkadot. Again, these parachains are going to be huge for Polkadot. There's going to be a lot of development on these parachains. Basically, this protocol is by the name of Statement here. It's going to allow for diverse entities ranging from artists to central banks being able to deploy assets to the Polkadot network. So pretty much this is going to bring NFTs to the Polkadot space. So definitely keep an eye out on what Parity is doing anytime you look into the Polkadot news here. Another piece of Polkadot news, this past week they had a AMA, Ask Me Everything, with Polkadot and Ledger about the integration. This was very informative. I'll put the link in the description so you can play back the AMA. But the beautiful thing about Polkadot now is that you can hold your Polkadot with your Ledger Live or your Ledger device, and you can actually stake from your Ledger. So anytime you're able to take your coins off of exchanges, that's good. It increases security and it decreases the chance of a hack. So definitely look into that if you're looking into entering the Polkadot space. Another piece of news coming up this week on March 18th is the Polkadot DeFinance show right here. They're going to have some speakers. Really interesting. I'll put the link in the comments. But if you scroll down to the agenda, it's going to go over everything Polkadot. I mean, view of the Polkadot ecosystem, liquidity more powerful. It's got a lot of different topics throughout the entire evening, so I highly suggest to look into this because, again, Polkadot is going to be a dominant chain in the future. And if you're new to crypto, you want to focus on parent chains. Okay, let's move into the Cardano news. I am a huge fan of Cardano.
Yeah, we both are.
We both are. Cardano is my largest holding now.
Mine too.
Simply because it's just outperformed everything else in my portfolio. It'll be interesting to see if other coins will kind of catch up moving into quarter 2 of this year. But the news here is that Cardano is now the world's largest DAO. A DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. So it's going to continue to grow as NFTs take off on the main net. This is a good piece of news. I'm always happy to see good news for Cardano, even though they receive a lot of hate online. I don't know why, because the Cardano community, we usually just stay to ourselves. We really don't talk trash to anyone else. And all the hate I've been reading online, especially from Ethereum, it's just, let's just keep it classy, please.
But what's crazy, it used to be worse. But that's for another time, another live.
It's just a vaporwave chain, as the haters say, even though it's the most academically peer-reviewed blockchain on the planet.
Superior.
Have you tried to stake on Daedalus, the wallet for Cardano, compared to staking anywhere else? There's no comparison. But
Yeah.
let me not get into it. Okay, next piece of Cardano news here. Retail investors are more bullish on Cardano than Bitcoin, survey says. So Voyager put out a survey to some of their clients and investors, and it came back and said that Cardano is more intriguing to investors right now. Maybe it's just the $1 price. Maybe it's more other bullish news compared to Ethereum and Bitcoin, but I'm happy to see finally people taking an interest and actually looking into the Cardano project.
Right.
Because if you were here since 2017, listening to Charles, following the roadmap, following the progression of the roadmap, you knew it was going to be a $2, $3, $4 coin this year. So we were buying throughout the entire bull market. It got low as
bear market.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bear market.
And this
bear and bull market. I'm
market.
still buying Cardano. I'm always going to buy Cardano. But I'm a big Charles Hoskinson fan with that.
Yeah, it's great to see Cardano and Charles finally getting their flowers.
Yes, it's good to see that coming to fruition. Next piece of news here. This actually came out earlier today. Charles said in a recent interview that over 100 companies plan to shift from Ethereum to Cardano. This is what Charles is saying, so we'll see. Charles has been saying quite a bit the past couple of months, so
Let's sure has.
Let's see the follow through here. But that'll be interesting to see if once Cardano and Polkadot are fully running, how many organizations or projects move from Ethereum to Cardano or Polkadot. This is going to be a very interesting time for the crypto community moving into the next couple of months.
And let me say, I'm just excited to see how all of this is going to pan out. I can't wait to look back on these moments 5 years from now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm super excited. I love the competition. I love the back and forth between people in Polkadot, Cardano, and Ethereum.
Right.
May the best one win. We think there's going to be multiple winners in this space, for
Exactly.
sure.
That's why you never want to be a maximalism when it comes to a certain project, because then you're becoming emotional, okay? Then you're not looking around you and looking at the landscape and looking at what other projects are building and finding solutions for. So there's definitely going to be multiple blockchains in the future that run the world currency infrastructure. Okay, moving into some XRP Ripple news. Our boy, Brad Garlinghouse, was on Axios this past weekend. It was actually a pretty decent interview. He really didn't say much of anything new here, but it's interesting to see how he explains the current situation to people who aren't that familiar with the crypto environment. So I definitely suggest to watch this interview. I'll put the link below. Again, this is from Axios, a political show on HBO where Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO, discusses the SEC lawsuit. And he is right. I don't think the lawsuit is bad for crypto, because regulation is going to be good for crypto, because it's going to allow institutions to feel more safe putting billions of dollars into projects. But what's bad for crypto is that SEC is going after Ripple, which is, Ripple is one of the blockchains back in 2017 that touted themselves as the most regulatory compliant. So, but I don't know way too much in depth about the Ripple lawsuit. But if you do want to learn more about the Ripple lawsuit, there is a YouTube channel I'll pull up here, Legal Briefs. This attorney has video after video discussing the arguments on both sides and the motions regarding the SEC lawsuit. So I highly suggest you view that there. Some more Ripple news here. They parted ways with MoneyGram. They disposed their stake in MoneyGram here shortly after announcing the end of the business relationship. So, I mean, you could twist this either way. This is good for Ripple. This is bad for Ripple. But this isn't good news for Ripple. More into the Ripple fiasco here. Ripple CEOs and SEC agree on a timeline for arguments. This isn't a timeline for conclusion, but a timeline for arguments. So this is definitely going to stretch on until June at least. So again, you know, your XRP Ripple army out there, there's other projects that are going to increase. Just don't take the chance. We don't know what's going to happen here. Ripple executives moved to squash the SEC's probe into their personal financial statements. So now the investigation is heating up. They're going to be looking into the CEOs and the executive chairman's personal financial records. That's never good. They're going to find something, even if there's nothing there. If people go through your personal transactions, they'll find something. So definitely keep an eye out on that as this SEC Ripple lawsuit continues to get juicier. Moving on to Uniswap news here. Uniswap tops an all-time high. Will DeFi index follow? This is a good question here. So anytime you're looking at a coin that's a leader in a category, you always want to see how money flows in and out of that project. Because if money flows in, that means the money is going to flow into other projects in that category. So congratulations to those who held Uniswap and used Uniswap.
And got that airdrop.
And got the airdrop, which is the next piece of news here. I forgot when it was it was less than 12 months ago, but if you had used the Uniswap protocol, they gave you 400 Uniswaps free. Wow. Now that 400 Uniswaps is worth $13,000 for those who didn't sell early.
Wow.
Again, you don't know what's going to happen in the crypto space. Mm-hmm. That's why you have to be aware of all things and just be in tune with the news here. Okay. Moving on to some Litecoin news. Litecoin was the number 9 market cap. Litecoin's MimbleWimble code to be ready by March 15th. That's tomorrow. And let's take a look. That is why we see a 20% 7-day increase in Litecoin. Preparing for this MimbleWimble upgrade release that's going to allow private transactions on the Litecoin blockchain. Again, click the link if you want to learn more about MimbleWimble. Moving to our number 10 coin, Chainlink. Barely hanging on to that number 10 spot. They also have some news. This is what I'm excited for. You know, earlier we spoke about NFTs, these non-fungible tokens. Chainlink is set to surge on release of a dynamic NFT. So what is a dynamic NFT? Let's scroll down here. See, again, this is our first live stream. I should have saved and highlighted all these sentences I wanted to talk about. But here it is right here. So a dynamic NFT is going to input real-world events into the NFT. So what does that mean? So we know what an NFT is. An NFT is a baseball card, a digital baseball card. Well, these dynamic NFTs is going to allow you to have a digital baseball card that's upgraded and updated in real time. So if I have, I don't know any baseball player right now. I'm sorry, I don't watch baseball. But if I have a baseball player's digital NFT, that digital card in the future could be updated in real time with real stats. So that's going to be really interesting as we move into the future. And Chainlink will be a beast. And Chainlink did announce another partnership with a gaming decentralized app here. Again, I will leave it in the comments and in the description for you to view at your own leisure. So that is the top 10 market cap wrap up here. I really enjoyed putting all this together, so hopefully we can start doing this each week, each Sunday. We'll come to you as that weekly candle closes and just give you some news, updates, and our general opinions and sentiments about where the market is heading into the future. But if you're looking at the top 10 right now, the story is NFTs and DeFi. That's where the money is flowing.
Okay, let's switch over real quick.
Okay. Yes. First live stream. Bear with us. But we have a lot of things to say and share because a lot of people around us are asking a lot of questions about where should I invest, and it's a lot. You have to be a part of this space for years. And not only that, you have to be addicted to this space to know where to put your money and when. And so as we make our moves in and out of the marketplace, we'll be sure to bring you weekly updates of news, our portfolio, and what's on our mind.
Right, and I'll say this. You're always a student in this space.
Always.
You know, we've been in this space for a solid 3 years now, and there's always something new. Every single day, it is something new in this space, and you can drive yourself crazy trying to keep up with it all. So all you can do is your best. You know, like I've said on my Instagram to people, you know, if you're new to the space, 30 minutes a day. You know, that's why you're taking a shower. That's why you're cooking your breakfast, whatever. Just listen to cryptocurrency content and just make that a normal part of your life, right? Because there's just so much opportunity in this space right now, and especially this year, for people to really change their lives. So thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank you.
Our first live is out of the way. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Join the Discord. A link to our Discord is in the description. We have a lot of great people in that Discord. And that's it.
We will see you next week. What happens next is up to you.